Yeah. What you want?
So you want me to focus on data?
Data, yes. So I'm going to check your notes. So that's the rule. Yes.
Tomorrow, for me, stretch the break by 10 minutes.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, go by 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 points for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. For me, it's morning. All of you, I guess it's afternoon. I hope you're having a good time learning about machine learning and AI. So, I will, before I maybe talk about data, I'll just mention the three ways, right, that AI will be used in the future, and then I'll walk a little bit backwards. That is the three ways you are going to use AI in one of these three ways in the future. Whether you like it or not, it's coming. This is how it's going to be. One, they are going to be one of the people who are developing the technology, and that's either because you are an AI engineer, you're a software engineer, you're a software developer. That's one way. All the skills you learn today, machine learning, you become a technical AI developer. So that's one way. Number two, and that's the most technical. Number two, you are going to use AI as part of a work process that you are going to change. So, for example, let's say you are I'm going to use maybe something you guys don't have. Something maybe you're a farmer. None of you are farmers. You happen to be farmers anymore, but it's a very easy example. And your crop, the crop you're planting has some disease, right? You can input data from all the different farmers that are around your state, and all of you can start to predict the causes of that disease because you have data from where everybody else is. And then you change that process, and then you become somebody that is able to identify diseases for your crops and solve them very quickly. So before the agriculture, that plant would have died, but now it doesn't. So number one, you're a tech person. You're really the person that's producing. Number two, you already do some work. You have some expertise. Maybe you're a regular engineer. Maybe you're a doctor. In fact, I'm going to use this example number two and talk about being a doctor. Let's say you're a doctor. Right now, when your patient comes, she says, "Oh, I have a headache. I have a cold, and I was running in the sun. My nose is running. I was running in the sun. I have my heart is beating really fast. What's wrong with me?" The doctor says, "I think you're dehydrated," right? With AI, the doctor has all the information of people who have had headaches, who have been running in the sun, who did drink water, who have high heart rate. And based on that data, the doctor is able to say, just puts all that information into AI. AI says, "I predict that I'm going to be using names of people I can see here that I know. I think I believe that Temilola has dehydration." So AI, so in that case, you're already a doctor. You have collected data from everywhere, and now AI is helping you to be a faster, better, more accurate doctor. That's number two. You are still using AI, but your first job is a doctor. AI is helping you. In the first one, you are creating AI. The third is AI that you are going to use, and you're just going to use everybody's knowledge. This is the least involved in AI, but it helps. Most of you do this already. It's ChatGPT, generative AI. You go, "Oh, I want to plan the trip. AI, tell me all the best places. I'm going to Paris. Tell me all the best places in Paris. Plan a day for me in Paris, and tell me how to use my day. I have 6 hours." Generative AI just helps you. It gives you that. That's the least involved. You are going to fall into one of these three categories. Everybody might be in number one. Most people are going to be in number two. Few people are going to be in number three. Whatever it is you are learning today, I want you not to think about it as something that might be separate from you. No. The way AI is going now, everybody will have to use it. What you are learning today is giving you an advantage in a future that is coming, a future that will be AI-led. So you need to start thinking about what kind of AI user you want to be. Do I want to be a domain? I still want to be a doctor. I want to be an engineer. This is where most people want to be, are going to be. But I still have to know enough AI so I can become efficient in my job, because I'm going to need to use it in my job. And the third one, do I want to actually be a tech? I want to be creating these models. I want to be creating AI. So I'm going to talk about how data now really is the key to AI, artificial intelligence, right? Essentially, machine learning, artificial intelligence is really about machine learning from information, past information, and using that information to be able to predict things that are going to come in the future. ChatGPT has learned how humans write by reading many, many books. That's data. Any information, any source of information that a computer, machine learning, AI uses to teach itself and to predict is essentially data. Data can be text, data can be audio, data can be visual, it's any source of information. Okay, so why is it key? Because the machine learning, AI is not, it's not an alien, and it's not some superpower. It is really mathematical models that are taking the data that you have based on what has happened in the past, based on some features, and is now using it to learn how to predict something in the future. So I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions, and I want us to think in terms of, I want you guys to think with me, and we're going to try to answer some questions and see how data actually helps the present and the absence of data. This is a very simple AI prediction tool. It's about the weather. And since you people live in the UK, this should be very normal. So I'm not writing this down, so I want you guys to write this down. Right. So we want to predict whether it's going to rain or not. So our prediction, what we want to know, what we want the AI to tell us is, will it rain or will it not rain? So our prediction is to rain or not to rain, right? So number one piece of data that we have is the cloud conditions, right? So number one, the cloud conditions is sunny or cloudy. That's one data point. Guys, cloud conditions, sunny or cloudy. The second data point is temperature. We are going to go low. The three options for temperature are low, medium, high. The third condition, I'm going to say, is wind. And the options for wind are no wind, yes, there's wind. That's three things. Okay? So three things. And then lastly, season. There are two options. Let's just go with two options. Summer and winter. What we want to do is, so I'll repeat it. We want to predict whether it's going to rain or it's not going to rain. We have four pieces of data. Number one, we have the cloud conditions. Is it sunny or is it cloudy? Sky conditions, we can call it sky conditions. Number two is temperature. We have low, medium, or high. Those are the three options. The third condition, is it windy? We have yes or no. The fourth one is the season. Is it summer or is it winter? Right? These are the 4 pieces of data, and we want to predict whether it rains or not. We want the AI to predict for us, machine learning, whether it rains or not, right? So I'm going to, I really want you guys to take notes. I mean, I should have shared this, but on my laptop. So in the first instance, it's sunny, right? The temperature is high. It's very windy, and it's summer. The last time this happened, it rained. It's sunny. The temperature is high. It's windy. And the last time this happened in the summer, it rained, right? You guys can see that. I'm going to go again. In the second case, it's sunny again. The temperature is high. The wind, no. The season, winter. Last time this happened, it rained. Can you see? First sunny, temperature high, wind, yes, it was summer, it rained. Last time, temperature, sun, cloud, sunny, temperature high, wind, no, winter, it rained. I'm going to do one more. It's cloudy. Temperature is high. Wind, yes. Season, summer. And it did not rain. The last one is that it's cloudy. The temperature is high. The wind, there's wind. And it's summer, but it did not rain. When you put this information into AI, can anybody look at this data that I've written down, this data that you have? Can anybody tell me what you think a key predictor of rain is that the AI is going to use based on what I just shared? I'm going to repeat it again line by line so you guys follow. In the first one, it was sunny. The temperature was high. There was wind. Yes, it was summer. It rained. The second time, the cloud, it was sunny. Temperature was high. Wind, no. Season, winter, rain. The last one, it was cloudy. The temperature was high. There was wind, it was summer, and it did not rain. What data here is strongly predicting rain? Does anybody know? Just look at what you've written down and what you have. I just want to relate how data goes to AI. Any guesses are okay, guys. It doesn't matter. Just say it and then we what?
If it's sunny. Cloud condition. Yeah, the sunny. Yeah.
So the sunny conditions. Anybody else?
The sun.
So I have the sunny conditions, yes. Anything else?
Temperature.
Tell me, the person that said temperature, why did you say temperature?
Why temperature?
Because both of them, the temperature was high in both of them and it rained twice.
Exactly. 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 This is how data leads to AI predictions. What Fokpe has noticed, what you guys should be looking at, all this data, you can see that the machine learning is learning from your data that you're providing. And it has learned every time. All this, it has been taking, people have been taking all these temperatures. And what is happening is that you can see that although it's sunny, and it rained, that's fine. But on the day it was cloudy, it did not rain. The one thing that was true every time it rained was that the temperature was high. This is how machine learning works. Data is provided from different, whatever it is we are trying to learn. And then the machine tries to predict based on what has happened in the past, based on the data you have given. This is how they provide data to machine learning algorithms to learn. When you hear that machine learning is training, is learning, this is how it's learning. They are giving it data from the past, data from things that have happened, and they are saying, learn from it. And then when I ask you a new question, give me an answer. The question I ask for you guys now is a new answer. So today, I will say, guys, today it's sunny, the temperature is high, there's no wind, and there's summer. What is it going to be? And you can say rain, just as the machine learning will do so, because the machine learning has learned that when the temperature is high, it rains. Of course, this is a simplistic example, but whatever the case may be, these things I've given you, these data points, they are the features. The sun, the temperature, the wind, these are the features of data that machine learning uses to make predictions. It doesn't matter what predictions they are, the features just change. In the doctor example, if I wanted to check who this person has come to me, and like I said, I want to be able to predict whether the person has the flu or whether the person is just dehydrated. The data features that I would use would be things like body temperature, will be, is the person having a headache? Yes or no? What is the body temperature? Is the person feeling nausea? Can the person, has the person, been running maybe outside or whatever? All these features, by the time you look at it, the machine will then go, every time somebody has come and has had a headache, every time the person has come and has had a cold, every time the person has come and has been in bed for the last 3 days and is winter, is most likely the flu. That's how the machine learning predicts. This is the importance of data for you. When you talk about data training, this is why when you hear about artificial intelligence and you hear about machine learning and you hear about data, this is why data is absolutely key. There is no AI without data. There's no AI without data. And I want you to then think, what can you do with data that you have available to you? What are the kind of problems you can solve when you have access to the right amount of data? So I'm going to stop now because I know that maybe I know that my time is up. So I'll stop here and I'll let you guys ask me any questions.
Oh, I won't come party. Thanks so much, man. So we have one rule. Each group is going to ask question. If they don't ask any question, -5 from their points. That's it.
You're -5 all the time. This kid.
-5. So the question they are going to ask must relate to what you have discussed, so that we can gauge whether they are listening. So any noise, -5.
So we started from group 1, so we have to go the other way around.
Yeah.
You're using wisdom, right? That's good.
Yes, if you ask +5. Exactly.
Anybody ask question, so whoever ask question, I'll add +2 for that person. So who has any question? Who has any question from group? Yeah, please speak loud for auntie.
Why does it rain mostly when the temperature's high?
She said
Ask question. That's about you guys have any question? Okay. Yes.
Or else can you use AI to
They can't hear you.
I can hear those guys.
predict other than predicting weather? What else can you predict with AI?
Can you hear?
You have to repeat this, please. I can't hear.
What else can you predict with AI?
You said, what else can you predict with AI? What else can you predict with AI?
Who asked the question?
Group 4.
What? Sorry.
Group 4 asked question. Group 4.
Okay, group 4. No, the name of the questioner. The question.
Israel, right?
Israel. That's an excellent question. Israel, you can predict anything as long as you have data and you have predictable patterns in the data. right? So this is why I was saying to you guys, you have to think about data. Some things in life that are really difficult to predict. Some things that are just random, but most things aren't, right? For example, like I've given the doctor example, I've given the weather is a bit difficult, but I mean, if you get data from, I'm going to give you something simple. AI is replicating the things humans already do. It's doing it faster, it's doing it better, and it's doing it at a scale that humans can't always do. For example, if I had all the data from your school, from what's the first year of your secondary school called? What?
S1.
S1, thank you. From S1 to XS. And I had the information of all the subjects you did, everybody in the school has done over the last 6 years. I might be, if I have it, I might be able to tell if you do maths, physics, and chemistry, the kind of degrees you are going to do. Because that information already exists, right? AI is just going to be able to do it faster, quicker, better, at a large scale that we haven't been able to do before. So when you ask what else can AI predict, I want you to think about anything that you can observe that is repeatable. AI can predict it, and it can do it faster, it can do it better. What people are wanting to use AI for is to solve problems that the human mind, look at all this data I gave you, you already had to write it down. Who kept all of that? I just gave you 3 points. Who kept it in their heads? Nobody. You wrote it down, and that was just 3 points. AI can look at 1 million of those data sets and then make a prediction. Do you know how long it would take us if I gave you 1 million of this to read and to understand? I only gave you 3. So the advantage is the speed and the scale. And they can read 1 million of this in maybe 3 hours and then give you a prediction on anything. Doctor, weather, school, school attainment, who should get credit, who should, so it can do anything you can imagine. I want you to start thinking about what data do I need to be able to predict this. Next question.
Yeah, next question. So we only take 2 more before we go. Yeah.
What made you choose the name Creed?
What made
The name Creed.
Oh, why did I choose Creed? Prior to Creed, when I came to the UK, it was a group of people who came who were just out of uni, who were doing their masters, and we needed to form a community because we were from different parts of the world and different parts of Nigeria, and most people were coming to the UK for the first time. So the first group that we had was more of a social group. It was really around to get people hanging out with other Christians, I mean, Aberdeen, there's not a lot to do, but going to the movies and doing things like that, but just hanging out with other Christians, right? But then after a while, I thought we needed to do something, we needed to be more focused and we needed to be more purposeful. It didn't have to just be social, it had to be, we wanted to start to build ourselves up so that we can, try to impact our society. So that's why I thought of Creed, and I wanted the name to have a meaning. The first name was FAN, which was Friends Around Network, and I thought, no, that's not good enough. So I thought I wanted us to have, I remember it was Christians Redeemed, Empowered. I can't remember the last E. So I just wanted us to have something that was more focused, and for us to be looking to achieve more than just be a social group to impact the society that we're part of, and that's why Creed.
Okay, thank you. The last question. Yeah.
My question about the data that AI uses.
Yeah.
If AI keeps on making more conclusions from already existing data,
Mm-hmm.
then that existing information can also be counted as a form of data. Does that mean that it can start feeding on itself, which can be dangerous to an extent?
Oh, please, who asked this question? I want to know the name of the person that asked this question.
Joshua.
Joshua, that's an excellent question. And that's a problem that AI already has. And this is a real challenge that AI already has. And the problem is that when AI, like you say, AI has real data. Let's say it makes a prediction. AI is not always 100% correct. In fact, sometimes it can be quite wrong. But that data that he has produced has now become data that it's going to consume, like you say. And then what you start to see is even more hallucination and even more wrong data because AI is now also feeding on data that it has. And this is a real challenge that models that are being developed have to try to counter. And the people who are creating these models, what they're trying to do is they try to separate when they want AI to learn. Even though, like, for example, things like ChatGPT, it learns a lot from what people say and also what it has produced. You will find, if I put all of you together now and I ask you one question in ChatGPT, and I ask you the same question, by the time you answer Joshua and the Terena answers and Fokwe answers, the fourth person will get a similar answer to all the things he has given you because the AI is learning from the answer it has already given three of you. It's why but ChatGPT is like the lowest level. So that happens. So what people who are building this frontier model, what they're trying to do is like they try to separate, even though they want the model to keep learning, they try to separate original data from created data and try to ensure that so if AI doesn't just go and learn everything by itself, you can tell it what you want it to learn from. So those who are developing the models try to ensure that they are actual models. Now, two separate things. The model itself and your own chat, they are two different things. What do I mean? Let's say you are using ChatGPT, right? The model itself, ChatGPT, has been trained on millions of data sets. You can have ChatGPT and it never learns anything from what you can ask ChatGPT a million questions, it gives you a million answers, but it never learns from what you have produced. The ChatGPT on your computer that you are using keeps the memory of your conversations, right? And it can use that as an extra data source to provide answers to you without using it to train its original model. Do you understand the distinction? So that's two levels. So when I say that they try to limit is that those who are actually developing the models, they still train on billions of data. They try to, and it's very simple. Like me, if I ask ChatGPT for research and I say, find me ChatGPT, I just want to know right now all the countries in the world that have done digital public infrastructure in the last 3 years. I will tell you site sources. What that means is I only want things that have been originally produced. I don't want to know what the last thing you produced for my friend that is sitting on the desk next to me. I only want to see what I've already there. But the problem, has been seen because it was becoming a real challenge. Training models, especially when you say AI should just learn from models, training on data that already exists.
Okay, please let's clap for Auntie. Yeah. Auntie, can you give them your last your piece of advice? We title this boot camp Build the Future. So you are going to write whatever Auntie says down, please. No,
yeah, guys, like I mentioned, I think what we see, like at the at the edge of the tech is that AI is here to stay. ChatGPT is like the lowest level. Yeah, everybody's just playing at that level. But the level where it becomes really important is when it changes the way we do things that are really important. Like I said, flood prediction, fire prediction, how we chat, how it helps doctors, how it helps farmers, how it helps engineers. These are where the real changes are going to be. For you, it's really important. You don't, this is the second level. For you, it's really important that you understand if you want to be, everybody's not going to be an AI coder. And there's no need to say everybody has to be. But you need to understand whatever domain it is you're in. And when I say domain, whatever it is you're doing, doctor, blah, 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 it's going to be even more important now that you are really good at what you do. Because if you are not really good at what you do, AI will easily do what you do. And then you won't have a job and the life becomes really difficult. So whether you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be whatever, you have to ensure that you really understand and you get in-depth knowledge of the field you are doing. The time for play. Look, there was a time, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, you could just go to your job, do like a little bit, and just wing it. Anything you are winging now, AI will do better than you. I just want you guys to know it's not tough for only you guys, it's tough for grown-ups like us too. So this is not me like just saying to the kids, it's what even adults need to hear. Anything you think you can do badly, AI will do better than you. Therefore, nobody's going to need you to do it. Anything you think you can do shoddily, AI is going to do it. Therefore, nobody's going to need you to do it. Nobody's going to keep you around if you're faffing about. So I need you guys to, if you're going to be into whatever it is you're going to do, which is where most of you are going to be, more important than ever, you have to be serious about understanding your area of expertise. That's number one. Number two, add to that extra knowledge of understanding what AI does and how it is. You don't have to be a programmer, but you need to be able to understand how it works. That's why I was trying to explain to you the process of data, so that when you then, in whatever it is you're doing, you can then, when you have to use AI, which all of us are going to have to use at more serious level, you understand how it works, and then you can apply it and you can begin to produce more. You can become more productive, and you can then even create solutions that the world has never seen. Not because you're an AI expert, but because you're an expert in your field and you understand AI. And then finally, of course, if you want to be a tech AI engineer and things like that, this job, I'm going to be honest, is going to actually be the smallest bracket. Why? Because AI already writes code. And AI writes code really, really well. So even though they're going to be the number of software engineers you needed in the last 10 years, 20 years is not the same you're going to need now. That number has shrunk. But of course, it's not to say there will be no, because people still have to check, people still have to do things. But majority of people will be in that middle domain where you are a domain expert, and then you know how, you understand how AI works, which is what you are here to do, and that's where you have the advantage. Not just to fix for already existing problems, but to create new solutions that can benefit the world. So this is what I encourage you to do, guys. You are starting early, which is good. Take it seriously. You're never going to not need what you are learning today and this week. Whatever it is you do, in the future that is coming, is going to be critical to your life. The more you pay attention now and understand this and learn it, you'll be able to use it for yourself. Like ChatGPT is everybody. That's not where the win is. The win is in the middle, where you are a doctor, a lawyer, whatever you want to be, pharmacist, etc., etc. And then you understand how to use AI and you use it together, and then you're able to change your field, the world, your community. So I wish you guys all the best and enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hmm?